Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're shifting focus a bit, less on challenges, more on celebrating what really works in relationships.
Yeah, we're plunging into this really fascinating collection of insights, all about what's actually succeeding in partnerships, around the globe.
Exactly. This deep dive is all about uncovering those, well, surprisingly universal secrets to love that genuinely lasts.
We've got this document, it's called Global Love That Lasts, and it offers a pretty unique look at thriving partnerships everywhere, from Japan to Jamaica, Sweden to South Africa.
Quite the range.
It is. So our mission for you listening is really to pull out those common threads, the things connecting happy couples across all these diverse cultures.
And hopefully give you some, practical insights for your own connections.
That's the goal, real takeaways.
Okay, let's unpack this then. You're basically about to get a shortcut to understanding what sustains love. And there are some surprising facts in here.
Definitely some actionable takeaways, too.
So the source kicks off, highlighting something pretty remarkable. Despite huge differences, culture, religion, language, happy couples worldwide, they share these, well, astonishing similarities.
It's like love has this core language underneath it all.
It seems so. And we've pinpointed 5 of the biggest common habits that just keep popping up.
And it's really fascinating, isn't it, how these small, consistent actions build up. They create this really powerful, resilient foundation.
Right. Let's start with the first one, which sounds simple but maybe isn't. Daily micro-connections. These aren't like big grand gestures, are they?
No, not at all. It's the tiny intentional moments every day.
Like saying, I love you, maybe a simple touch on the arm when you're talking, or just a quick check-in in the morning.
Exactly that. And what's amazing is just how powerful they are universally. The document points to couples in Denmark and Canada, for instance. They find this real connection in quiet evening walks, sometimes not even talking.
Just being together.
Yeah, it's not always about the conversation itself. It's that consistent shared presence, that quiet, I'm here with you.
It builds up, you mean?
Definitely. It's like making these little deposits of care into an emotional bank account day after day.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, it's interesting because I think a lot of people assume, avoiding conflict is the secret.
Right, the myth of the conflict-free relationship.
But this source says no. Conflict resolution skills are absolutely crucial. So what are some of those key strategies that happy couples actually use? They lean into conflict.
That's such an important distinction. It's not about avoiding it. The research consistently shows happy couples actively manage disagreement.
Oh.
Well, key things involve active listening, really hearing your partner out, keeping a calm tone, which is easier said than done sometimes.
Definitely.
And crucially, carefully avoiding blame, not pointing fingers.
Okay. Any specific examples?
Yeah. The source mentions Japanese couples. They're noted for using cool-down periods before jumping back into an emotional disagreement.
So taking a break?
Exactly. It's a deliberate step back, not to avoid the issue forever, but to approach it more rationally, less reactively. It's about regulating yourself first.
Got it. Okay. Habit number 3. Clear roles and mutual respect. Now, this might sound a bit traditional.
It could on the surface.
But the source emphasizes it's not about being rigid. So how does clarity here promote respect?
That's a great point. The source is clear. It doesn't matter if the roles are traditional or totally modern. What matters is that happy couples understand their dynamic. They know who does what, generally.
And the respect part.
The critical piece, and this seems universal, is expressing mutual appreciation. Daily.
Daily appreciation.
Yeah. The document highlights Ghana, for example. Even within quite traditional roles there, mutual appreciation is voiced consistently every single day.
So it's not about the roles themselves.
Exactly. It's about the fundamental respect and gratitude within whatever structure works for them.
Okay. The 4th point shifts to the future. Shared goals. Or, as the source puts it, vision alignment. Dreaming together. Right. Building a business, buying a house, raising a family, whatever it is.
It's about having that collective future you're both working towards. It gives a shared purpose.
And does it matter how often they talk about it?
It seems to. The source notes that Indian and American couples, specifically, report much higher happiness when they actually talk about their shared goals monthly.
Monthly check-ins.
Yeah. It's not just a to-do list, it's actively fueling that shared vision, reinforcing their commitment. It's like a compass for their journey together.
Right, keeping them on the same page. And finally, number 5, something that brings joy, but maybe gets forgotten. Humor and lightness.
Ah, yes, the fun stuff.
Joking around, maybe spontaneous dancing in the kitchen. playful teasing. The source says these are critical for reducing tension.
Absolutely critical. The source points out Latin American couples often report laughter as their #1 coping mechanism during tough times.
Number one.
Oh, yeah. It really is a universal antidote to stress and a powerful way to reconnect. It's not just about telling jokes, it's that shared lightness. It reminds you that even when things are hard, you can still find joy together.
Okay, so looking at these 5 habits together,
Mm-hmm.
a pretty clear picture emerges for you listening. It seems to be about consistency, right? Small, intentional gestures.
Definitely. Consistency is key.
Plus, navigating challenges with, well, grace and
Right.
building that shared future.
Precisely.
But how do couples actually keep that up,
Yeah.
when life gets crazy? Which brings us to emotional intelligence.
Exactly. Our source gets into how emotional intelligence, a term lots of people have heard, actually shows up in daily love.
It's not just a concept then.
No, it's a set of practical, learnable skills that actually make those 5 habits possible.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, how these skills actually get put into practice. Beyond just definitions. First up,
Oh.
emotional regulation.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't just take a deep breath, is it? It's more like deliberate techniques.
Right. Techniques like pausing before you react, maybe journaling to understand your feelings. It's about managing your own internal state before it spills out onto your partner.
Controlling the reaction.
Yes. Then there's self-awareness.
Which isn't just knowing you messed up.
No, it's deeper. It's the ability to understand why you reacted that way, what triggered you, and then how to genuinely apologize for your part without getting defensive.
Owning your piece of it.
Exactly. Owning your contribution to the dynamic.
And then maybe the toughest one, empathy.
Crucial for any relationship.
This means actively asking, okay, how does my partner feel right now? Even if I totally disagree, or even if their feelings seem kind of irrational to me.
That's exactly it. Truly actively trying to step into their emotional world for a moment, seeing it from their side.
I mean, there's actual proof this stuff works.
Oh, yeah. Strong evidence. There was a 2024 Harvard study mentioned. It found couples with higher EQ. Emotional quotient stayed together significantly longer, like 64% longer than couples with lower EQ.
64%? Wow.
It's a huge difference, which really makes you think, doesn't it? It raises that question for you listening. How are you actively developing your own EQ in your relationships?
Moving beyond just knowing the terms.
To actually practicing these skills day to day.
Right. Now, the source also talks about the 5 love languages,
Mm.
which many people know.
Very popular concept.
But it argues they aren't just a Western thing. The underlying emotions, the needs, are universal. It's the expression that varies culturally.
And that's where it gets really fascinating, seeing how the same core human need gets met through such incredibly different gestures around the world.
Okay, give us an example, like words of affirmation.
Right. So in the U.S., that might be very direct praise. You look great. Amazing job. Very explicit.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Japan, it might be much quieter. A subtle acknowledgement, maybe a nod of understanding, or even performing an act of service instead of saying something. The action shows the appreciation.
So the feeling's the same, but the delivery is totally different.
Profoundly different sometimes.
Okay, what about acts of service? Doing things for your partner.
The document highlights Pakistan. There, preparing tea or food for someone isn't just seen as a chore. It's considered a deeply emotional act, a powerful way to show care and devotion, like literally nurturing them.
An act of nurturing, yeah. Okay, physical touch. That must vary wildly.
It really does, especially public versus private displays. Think Brazil or Italy, touch might be constant, overt, holding hands, arm's length, lots of casual contact.
Very expressive.
Very. Then you look at somewhere like Korea. Public displays might be minimal, almost unseen.
But the need is still there.
Absolutely. The need for physical intimacy is universal. So in Korea, it might shift behind closed doors, more subtle gestures that are deeply meaningful to the couple. A quiet brush of a hand, a specific type of hug.
So the form changes, but the function connection through touch stays the same.
Exactly.
What about quality time?
Universally, this is about being truly present, undivided attention.
How does that look different?
Well, in France, maybe it's a long, uninterrupted dinner, lots of conversation flowing. In Egypt, it could be sharing a quiet prayer together or a moment of reflection. It's about feeling truly seen and heard by your partner.
Being present. Got it.
I know.
And the last one, gifts.
The key here globally isn't the price tag. It's the meaning behind the gift.
The thought that counts.
Totally. It could be super simple. A cool rock you found together on a beach, presented as a symbol of that memory. or a heartfelt handwritten note, or just a small thing you picked up because it relates to an inside joke.
It's the personal connection.
Exactly. The intention and the thought, that's what matters across cultures.
So understanding these cultural layers, it can really change how you connect, right?
Yeah.
Learning to speak their specific dialect of that love language.
It really can, moving beyond the general category to the specific expression that resonates with them within their context.
Makes sense. Now, the document is realistic. It acknowledges, yeah, love is hard work.
It definitely doesn't sugarcoat it.
But it emphasizes that these tools, these insights we've been talking about, they aren't just for romantic partners.
No, these are fundamental principles for building connection across all kinds of relationships, family, friends, even colleagues, and across all cultures.
So what are the core mindset shifts needed to apply this?
The source points to a few profound ones. The first is crucial. Choose growth, not perfection. Meaning commit to continuous learning and evolving together in the relationship. Don't strive for some impossible, flawless ideal. Embrace the imperfections and learn from them.
Okay, growth over perfection. What else?
Show curiosity over criticism.
Instead of jumping to judgment.
Exactly. Approach situations wanting to understand. Ask questions to get insight, rather than just making accusations or assuming the worst.
Which leads right into the practical application, I guess.
Yeah, actively asking, how can I understand you better?
That one question.
It's proactive, it's empathetic, and it totally replaces those destructive, accusatory questions like, why are you always like this? Or, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, those don't usually end well.
Rarely. So, if you connect all this back to the big picture, what happy couples seem to know, this fundamental truth, it's not just about finding the right partner.
It's
about continuously becoming the right partner over and over again as life changes, as you both change.
That's powerful. It's an ongoing process.
Constantly. So, whether you're married in Morocco or dating in Detroit, what this deep dive really shows us is that lasting love, it speaks this language that's deeper than just words. It really boils down to connection, consistent care, and that deliberate, intentional effort.
So, thinking about all this, what stands out most to you listening? For me, it's that idea you just mentioned, lasting love isn't just discovery, it's continuous self-development.
Yeah, the becoming part.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What am I actively doing today to become the right partner in my relationships?
It's a great question to reflect on.
Definitely. Okay, next time, we're shifting gears again. We'll be exploring TikTok's impact. Maybe surprising, maybe not on modern romance. Is it helpful? Is it harmful?
Ooh, that sounds juicy.
Should be a good one. You absolutely don't want to miss that deep dive. Don't forget to subscribe, share this if you found it helpful, and let us know. What's your couple habit that really works? We'd love to hear it.